Pfeiffer. Captain for the Arapahoe Warriors, number 1, Nick Pangborn. Number 2, Max Bandel. Number 19, Nick Parker. Number 24, Garrett Rouse. And number 27, Connor Gilchrist. Coaches for the visiting Cougars, head coach Matt Colley. Assistant coaches Jerry McCuller, Trevor Minshaw, Brian Henning, John McConnell, Scott Cadiz, and Nate Hart. Coaches for the Warriors, head coach Logan Bobzine, assistant coaches Rocco Romero, Ryan Arthur, and Brian Hancock. We have a special treat tonight for our anthem. Arapahoe freshman Kaylee Trujillo from the Arapahoe Choir is here to sing. Kindly remove your caps, stand, and sing proudly our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Arapahoe Sports Network. We got a quick start here, immediately jumping in to action. Thank you for joining us here at Centennial Stadium. My name is Trey Larson. Today, I'm joined alongside a whole crew. We got Mason Lanier, Caden Lopez, and Lane Larson all in the house. Had some rain earlier this evening, but now we are ready for some Arapahoe boys lacrosse. Girls earlier took on Northridge. They won that game 20-9. We apologize. The score bug is messed up right now. That's not something we can control on our end. We're going to try to fix that. But the opponent for today, the Cherokee Trail Cougars. Just about a minute into this game. And, yep, join alongside Mason Lanier. Mason, what do you got for the game tonight?
Yeah, Warriors, we saw them against J. Sarah, Californian team, on Wednesday. They got a win after a solid first half performance from Vandell. 2 goals early on in that one. They win 9-8. But Parker has been the engine. Nicholas Parker has been the engine of this offense. 3 goals a game. Parker leads in total points 31. Parker he isn't scoring. He's just the most productive player overall. And you got Napalili controlling the X spot on offense. But defense, Pangborn, 59 saves, about 60% save percentage as we get one on the board.
Immediately, Nick Parker in the back of the net. He had 2 goals just 2 days ago against J. Sarah.
Nick Parker, he's shooting 51%. An outstanding efficiency from him. At the face-offs, Dominic Frank winning nearly 50% of them. The 4 versus 13 matchup here. Arapahoe, number 4, Cherokee Trail, number 13, Cherokee Trail, 5-4, 0-2 in conference play. Their last game, they took an L to Denver East 7-9.
That's Tate Jamison wins that face-off. And then the Cougars will just settle it back, try to clear it up. The long stick gets it to Jamison. Immediately shot and saved by Jamison. Or, excuse me, shot from Jamison. Bruce Pfeiffer. Underhand roll pass over to Ryder Southern. Southern with a shot. Misses left. Braden Waters keeps it alive. Cougars coming to this game sitting at 5-4. They are 0-2 so far in their last 2 games. Those are league play games. Lost to Ralston Valley and Lakewood, as well as, well, those 2 games didn't count for the schedule, and then lost to Colorado Academy Denver East. Those were the 2 league play games. Pfeiffer with it.
We saw in the first half the Arapahoe defense stood strong, only allowing J. Sarah leave his 2 goals.
Yeah, what a game. Came down to the wire in that one. J. Sarah scored a goal with under a minute left to bring the game to 9-8.
Yeah, as long as the Warrior offense can continue just to start electric, should be a fun game.
Yeah, the first half of the Warriors they just dominated across the board. And it came up clutch for that second half where it seemed as if J. Sarah was dominating the game. Good save from Pangborn. Ate that one up. Now Connor Gilchrist in transition goes back to Pangborn.
Yeah, Pangborn, you see this a lot from him where he comes out of the crease. He's comfortable doing that, and he's also just able to see the ball really well every time he's in net.
Jack Olney will get his substitutions in and then come off the field. That is Gavin Barca and Luke Mastrogiovanni that come on. Landon Wilson with it. He takes a shot off the goalie's stick. Ball on the floor. Wilson scoops it. And now we get a whistle, and we have a timeout called by the Warriors. So that will do it for the first 4 minutes of this game. We are going to go to a quick break. Thank you for joining us here on Arapahoe Sports Network. Back here, early start Warriors with that 1-0 lead. That goal coming out of the hands of Nick Parker. Nick Pangborn also already with a few saves. Start with it, that'll be Parker. There was an illegal stick called on Cherokee Trail. That is number 14, Clark Leu. I don't know. Excuse me on that one. He'll spend a minute in the box. Over to Nick Parker. Finds Max Bandel. Is that in? No. Saved by the keeper.
Yeah, what a save by Cherokee Trail's goalie.
I think even Bandel thought he had it in.
It's Mason Suddiff, I believe, in goal.
Parker gets it to Sullivan. Now back to Parker. Now Bandel with it. Mastrogiovanni back on. Goes to him. He'll have a shot here with his left. Misses to the left.
The Cougars goalie giving up 8 goals a game, 54% on the save percentage.
Over in the corner, Sullivan. Big shot, but misses high. Napalili with it. Then Parker, you knew he's going to make it. Nick Parker with his second goal already. 2 for the Warriors early in this one.
Yeah, Parker just so dominant. I mean, just shooting and scoring. 33 points on the season for him.
They'll give the assist to Mastrogiovanni. Now on the face-off, that is Dominic Franks. And a little scrap here, and then they'll give the ball to the Cougars. Halfway through this first quarter, Warriors that 2-0 lead thanks to Nick Parker and company.
Yeah, that'll be Parker's 25th goal on the season, starting strong, just 7 games in.
Cherokee Trail has to answer. That's not going to do it. Crew drops it, and now Jack Olney going the other way. Looks for a shot, hits off a player's stick. And now Olney comes off. Napalili at the 10. Up to Master Giovanni, then over to Wilson and back. Master Giovanni right, finds Napoli behind. Tried to get it into Parker. Wilson finds it, then goes to Giovanni. And below the keeper, get megged. In between his legs there, Luke Mastro Giovanni. That's his second goal in the last 2 games.
Yeah, Warriors just utilizing that X spot. Just great ball movement from there and finally capitalizing on it right between the goalie's legs.
This time on the face-off, Shane Fox. And a false start called, so Warriors gonna win. No, they'll call a false start on Fox. Over to Cooper Bernard. Warriors on a 6-game winning streak right now. Beating the Cougars will make it 7. Southern at the top. Southern brings it down, loses it. Warriors able to pick it up. Going the other way, that's Chris Anderson. Ball up to Napalili now. Napoli's going to have a shot at it. Just missed. Too high. Was looking for that top left corner.
Yeah, good look from the Bryant commit. Just couldn't capitalize on it.
Tyler Napoli had himself a night on Wednesday. This is Jay Sandoval with it, then over to Sullivan. Sandoval down the right lane. Goes back up to Parker. Then over to Sherbert. Then Parker. Napoli with it, being pressured hard. Ball loose, and looks like the goalie will get his stick in there. Finally get a whistle, and yep. Cougars ball. Goalie for the Cougars, that's Carter Knight. Excuse me, that's Mason Sudath. Bruce Pfeiffer up to Southern. Cougars down 3 and another mistake. Warriors dominating early.
Yeah, this is what we saw in the first half against Jay Serra. A dominant first half defensively, but they struggled to keep it up in the second half. We'll see if we'll see a different type of defense here today.
Nick Pangborn all the way past half, and a flag does come out. That's going to go on the Cougars for their off-ball hit on Pangborn. Warriors with a good chance to go up 4 now. Bandel with it. Bandel to Parker. Parker coming down. Slap shot misses left. And now big substitutions coming in and out. Landon Wilson back on the turf for the Warriors. We'll get Tyler Naplily to start with it. Warriors merry-go-round. Parker up top, and to Sullivan, and back. Master Giovanni gets it down low, then they'll go back up to Sullivan, big shot. That was a big timer from Sawyer Sullivan. Gets it in for another Warriors goal. The Cougars don't even know what's hit them.
Yeah, Sullivan using his quick stick. Early on, it seems like Cougars goalie Mason Sudduth is just struggling to see the ball clearly tonight. Had his stick in the right place, just a little off.
Shane Fox on the face-off. 4-0, 10 minutes in. Finally, the Cougars win a face-off here. They're going quickly, and again knocked out. This time, Daughters knocks it out and scoops it up. Spin, good move, and Warriors looking clean and in transition tonight. Still got to get it past half. Another time, Pangborn comes up. The earlier flag was waved off because of that goal. Sullivan with it. Sullivan bringing it all the way around the crease. Then he'll go back up to Bandel. Now Mastro Giovanni. About 30 seconds here. Bandel rounds around. And a shot in. 5 goals in 12 minutes for the Warriors. Max Bandel, he had 2 on Wednesday. Now his 3rd within the last few days.
Yeah, Bandel in the Warrior offense. Their chemistry is just at 100% right now. They're exactly on the same page, knowing what to do. And up 5-0, not even done with the first quarter yet.
That shot misses. Flag comes out. It's going to go against the Warriors. 10 seconds left now. Cougars with a chance. Not a lot of time, though. Loses the ball. Doesn't even know about it. And that's going to be it for the first quarter. Now we'll get this whistle call coming in. It's going to be, looks like he said 32, that would be Landon Wilson. Not sure if that's correct, though. We'll get confirmation on that. But we will step away. Thank you for joining us here. Don't go anywhere. Still 3 more quarters yet to be played. Back here, that'll be Darren Fukuhara spending a minute in the box. So the Cougars start this quarter man up, and Warriors start the quarter 5 points ahead.
Cougars struggling just to get possessions offensively. Haven't seen too many of them. We've seen one in transition, but the Warriors whacked their stick and got the ball right out of there. Just Cougars struggling to cradle.
Loose ball, ground ball, and looks like they will give possession to the Cougars. That is Southern, then over to Clark. And that pass.
Yeah, they were not on the same page on that pass. Bouncing right into the soccer goal. Fortunately, that does not count for Lacrosse.
That's a good one. And Warriors pretty much do the same thing on the other end. Cougars in transition. Clean there. That is Bruce Pfeiffer. Now ball with Crew. Good defense from Olney. Jack Olney usually more, he's a midfielder, but he's played that defensive midi role this season, and he's done it really well. Nick Pangborn again bringing it all the way up. Pass finds Sawyer Sullivan. Sullivan with a shot and in. Sawyer Sullivan, another one. Already his second. Warriors just keep pounding it on. Nothing changing in the first 2 minutes of this quarter. Griffin Maxwell finally doing a couple face-offs. Haven't had him in. He's just come in last season, tore his ACL, so not easy to come off of that injury, but immediately wins the face-off. I believe that might be his first of the season, as far as I know. And quickly, Landon Wilson catches the pass midair from Tyler Napalili. And Warriors with another goal. 7 now. Face-off won again by Griffin Maxwell. Sawyer Sullivan, big hit. And scooped up by the Cougars, so nothing comes out of it. Now the goalie for the Cougars making some moves. Southern. Cherokee Trail still yet to get on the board.
Yeah, they've really yet to get near Pangborn. Only about one shot on goal from them. Warriors making everything look too easy right now.
Nick Parker, then Max Bandel with it. Gavin Barca spins back, and then tosses it up to Nap Lily. Nick Parker rounds the goal. Warriors ball movement so clean. Their offense, their attack is so dominant.
Yeah, we've seen the Warriors kind of run the same play. They kind of try to take control of the X and then pass it up to an attacker, and he'll try to dodge off to score the goal.
Sora Sullivan trying to do that jump shot we see from this Warriors attack a lot. Big round-up shot from Wilson, misses left. Or excuse me, it was saved by Sudduth. Penalty called on Cherokee Trail. It'll be a slash with a minute spent in the box. So Warriors, as if it couldn't get worse for the Cougars, now they have to be a man down here.
Yeah, it's Caleb Sexton in the penalty box.
Warriors taking their time. And that pass, looking for Sullivan, misses it. But Jack Olney saves it, no problem. Or excuse me, Landon Wilson. Big shot from Max Bandel. That was from deep.
Yeah, that was a rocket of a shot.
And Bandel now with back-to-back two-point games. Now they will bring in a different goalie, the Cougars. They will swap out. That is Anderson Gray, the freshman, coming in. Of course, 8 goals allowed in the first 2 quarters. Not pretty. So we'll see what Gray can do.
Yeah, Sudduth on the sideline, obviously not happy with himself. Also notable on the Cougar sideline, Crew DeLu was getting checked out by the trainer. Looked like a foot injury.
Jack Olney with it. Yeah, now Napoli. Then over to Parker. Barca spins. And Landon Wilson with it. Loose ball picked up by Sullivan. And a wrist shot from Landon Wilson. Goes underneath. Warriors just pounding it on here.
Yeah, it looks like the Warriors are just starting to have kind of just fun with their offense, as 9 goals resulted in a goalie change. Other goalie comes in and can't do it really much better.
On the face-off, that was Franks. Cougars are able to win it. The long pull all the way up on attack. Now finally he'll run off. Shot well defended by the Warriors. Nick Pangborn, a huge save there. Cougars continue to struggle. Finally, they got a little bit of attack going, but Pangborn shuts it down just as fast as it came. Now that's Gilchrist running all the way to the 40. He's going to stay on attack. Flag comes out. Napalili with it. Napalili misses, and now the whistle will come in. Call on number 21. That is Wittenben. Sullivan. Parker. Shot from Giovanni misses. And Landon Wilson keeps it alive. Parker. Sullivan. And that pass off the stick of Sullivan and goes all the way to the other side of the field. And, wow, good defense from Daughters. Believe that flag will likely be called on him, but fighting through all that. Oh, and it takes a big hit. That's Cooper Bernard. Lots of flags coming out now. We got 3. One is going to be as a result of that hit. We'll get the official word here. And if you understood that, then fantastic. But my summary of it, Connor Gilchrist and Alec Daughters. Now we'll spend a few minutes in the box, and the Cougars will be 2 players up. So a weird situation for the Warriors, but a great one for Cherokee Trail if they want any chance of possibly coming back. You've got to score. And there they do really quickly. That was Cooper Bernard, the man that took the big hit. And he slings it in for the Cougars' first goal. Finally get on the board here. 3 minutes left in the second half.
Goal, Cherokee Trail.
Frank's on the face-off. And Garrett Drouse scoops it up and moves it to Sullivan. Sullivan to Napalili. Then to Gilchrist. Or excuse me, Master Giovanni. Being double teamed, and then now we will get a timeout called. And we will step aside, but thank you for joining us here on Arapahoe Sports Network. Nine to 1, 2 minutes and 17 seconds left to be played in the first half. Coming out of the timeout, Warriors with the ball. Soar Sullivan. Sullivan tosses it in to Barca. Barca down the left lane. Now under 2. Barca fakes the pass back. He still has it. And finally gets it to Napalili. Napalili resetting from the top. Mastro comes on. Scooped up deep there by Barca. Now less than a minute. Warriors gonna have a chance at the final shot. Barca spins back. Warriors offense just dominating the time of the possession in the first 2 quarters here. Bandel and a big shot. Saved and rolling all the way back to the 50. And then goes out of bounds. Ball stays with the Warriors. There is a injured Cougar. And that is number 22, Caleb Sexton, able to walk off in his own power. Helmet stays on. And Max Bandel will start with the ball. Warriors going to have 30 seconds to try to get it to double digits. Nick Parker and Mastro Giovanni does it. 2 now on the game. And 10-1 Warriors continue to pound it on. 19 seconds till halftime. Warriors, the 9-point lead.
Yeah, Mastro Giovanni maybe not having the start to the season that he wanted. Transferred and just to play lacrosse here at Arapahoe, but the last 2 games he's gotten to where he wants to be and starts scoring.
Transferred in from Monarch High School. 3-star commit to St. John's. And Cougars trying to get a last-second goal. That shot from Elwood misses. And now 4 seconds, they'll have to force one. And they are unable to, so that'll do it for the first half. Warriors absolutely dominate across the board, 10-0. Still 24 minutes of lacrosse to be played. And we'll send it to halftime. 10-1 your score. Thank you for joining us here on Arapahoe Sports Network. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Alicia, we dropped a phone. A phone dropped between the seats. How do we get it? Do you know how? Is there like a key to get it? Okay. Here, Jackson, go over by the stairs over there.
start. Now for the Cougars. Number 0, Tate Jameson. And for the Warriors, number 39, Shane Fox.
Back here, Shane Fox going to do the face-off. We'll see how the Cougars adjusted. They will start on attack here, coming off the false start. And immediately drop a pass. And feet step out of bounds. So turnover to start the game, or start the second half for the Cougars.
Yeah, one thing I'm curious if we'll see in the game against Jay Sarah, we saw the Arapahoe's defense kind of slow down a lot during the second half, allowing Jay Sarah to score 7 goals in that second half.
Jay Sandoval swings it and gets it in. Sorry to cut you off, Mason.
No, you're all good.
Shout out Jace. Warriors now with the double-digit lead.
Yeah, I was going to add to the offense. Wonder if we'll see a little bit more like just patience with offense, just taking time off the clock. But not that way with Jay Sandoval. Quick stick, fires, and scores.
Fox again. And looks like the Cougars able to win that one. So 2-0 on face-offs in the second half. I guess that is a win.
Yeah, you got to find your wins.
When you can get them.
Yeah, thank you. I was struggling.
Long pass dropped and now scooped up by the Warriors. Nick Parker going all the way. No, that's not Nick Parker. Didn't seem like it would be. Rylan Wells. And he gave it to Napoli, who now gives it to Nicholson, then Parker. Parker with that wrap on his right leg. Towards ACL last season, was able to make a recovery and dominating this season. Jensen Berry gives it to Sullivan, who rounds around the goal, jumps up and shoots it, and Warriors hot start.
Warriors continuing to do the exact same thing they ended with in that first half. Another thing to mention, Nick Pangborn almost up to the halfway mark of the field, so far out of the crease.
Can they just give it to him to shoot it already?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if we're gonna see Westcott come in just because we're winning by so much. But
yeah, would love to get the Stevens Institute of Technology commit.
It's in New York for anybody wondering.
Max Bandel almost with the third of the game. Warriors kind of almost taking opposite approach. They were very slow in the first half. They still were able to score 10, but 3 fast shots on goal in the first 2 minutes of this second half.
Yeah, I don't know if it's something with the lighting where the goalies are, but the Cougars goalies have just struggled to see the ball clearly at all tonight.
New scandal just dropped. Is the lighting rigged? Nick Pangborn saves it before it rolls in. And long pass up to Wilson. Now Sherbert with it. Then to Sandoval. Sandoval waits. Now to Barry, then back to Sherbert. Behind the net to Parker. Warriors finally slowing it down. 3 minutes in. Jensen Berry back to the X. Sawyer Sullivan. That pass stolen. And now the Cougars with it. Be ready to see a lot of new names, new faces in this one. Warriors already with a couple of second and third line guys playing. Still not over. I mean, theoretically, Lacrosse, you can score very quickly. We saw it in that J. Sarah game. They came out of halftime. It was, what, 8-2?
Yeah, Warriors, it was 8-2 in that second half. Warrior defense just completely fell apart. But so far, that's not what we're seeing right now.
Warriors did end up holding on to that one. 9-8 victory. Came down to the last seconds. Long pass. That is the long stick of Chris Anderson. And then a whistle is called, and it'll go against the Warriors. And now the Cougars with it. Good defense. Nick Parker with some big hits. And just like that, gets it right back in control of the Warriors. Parker.
Flag comes flying from the far end.
Yeah, and that pass was looking for Barca. They can't quite connect. Wilson with it. Warriors swinging the rock around. We'll get a slashing call on Crew and a goal just as quickly. That's Max Bandel with his third. 13 now for the Warriors. That'll bring Crew out of the penalty box. He was in there for a slashing call. And this one, the Warriors really running away with it. It's looked like from the get-go they've had control. Goal, that was Landon Wilson, excuse me. We have a weird angle of it from up here. Maxwell on the face-off. Looks like he slightly won it, but then we'll get a whistle and Peyton Evans with it. Speaking of Peytons, Peyton Maxwell, Griffin Maxwell's older brother, went a starting defender at Flagler. Played all 4 years varsity for the Warriors and was a fantastic player. A captain his senior year. Cooper Bernard with it. He'll spin back right, then go to Southern. Now Southern gonna spin. And in the middle with a shot opportunity and putting it in the back of the net, that's Clark. 13-2, finally the Cougars able to somewhat slow down the Warriors. It's something. 11 points the difference between the two now. And Nick Pangborn officially will come off the field. Jackson Westcott, the junior, number 8, will step in. 17 minutes yet to be played.
Yeah, if I'm Pangborn, that's definitely not the way you want to go out. But the mental side of things, like Brandberg would say, you only let up 2 goals compared to your team's 13. Amazing performance from Pingborn tonight.
Yeah, and I think also as Coach Bob Zine, I think you don't want your goalie to keep, if he does allow 2 more, kind of ruins his great 2-point game, you know what I mean? I think it's a great time to pull him out. And Jackson Westcott, a fine young goalie.
Yeah, Westcott, amazing goalie as well. It's like we've said the past couple games, it's hard when you have 2 goalies this good.
Right, it's honestly been unfortunate for him. Of course, it worked out. He ended up where he was supposed to be, at Stevens Institute of Technology, but who knows where he could have been if he would have had a few more minutes. Jay Sandoval with it. And now Napalili. Warriors still with a few of their starters on the field. Napalili, one of them. 3-star committed to Bryant. Good defense from the Cougars. Aiden Mitchell knocks it out of the stick of Napalili. Now Liam Gearty, and then behind the net, that is Braden Waters. Then Pfeiffer. Spins. And a shot. And in. Made it look easy there. What a move. That was Cooper Bernard. Cooper Bernard, a senior attackman for this Cherokee Trail team. He's averaging 3 goals a game this season. Griffin Maxwell wins another face-off. Now Jackson Westcott going to bring it out of the crease. Westcott all the way past halfway. Thought about dropping it. Now finally goes over to Napalili, and he'll have a long sprint back home. Napalili in the end zone. Now Sandoval with it. Warriors' next opponent, that's Denver South. That's on the 13th. And then they'll play Grandview at home. That one will be live here on Arapahoe Sports Network. Grandview and just Grandview. More league play games. That is, Sawyer Sullivan with his 4th?
Yes, I believe that's right. Sullivan, usually the one distributing the ball assist-wise, but now Sullivan, amazing game. 4 goals. Really, Warriors looking unstoppable here tonight. You may look at the Colorado rankings and be like, oh, this isn't a big discrepancy, but when it comes to national rankings, it is a little more. Warriors top 50, 44th, I believe, and Cherokee Trail 310th.
Yeah, 310 versus 40. So that win for the Warriors against Jay Serra really boosted them. Jay Serra coming into that game was 37th nationally.
Late flag will come in. I don't know if late hit's the official call for that. But Tate Jameson says sorry, Dominic Frank. Time's just continuing to tick off the clock. I don't know if we'll stop it. Imagine we should
Might just
or
be.
will. I don't think we're at the mercy rule point.
I don't know what mercy rule is. And looks like the ref will just allow that to be the end of the quarter. So 14-3 Warriors. I mean, they just keep piling it on. They scored 4 that quarter, whereas CT scored 2. So another quarterly win for the Warriors. Now the fourth quarter, 12 more minutes. And then the Warriors on a 7-game burner. We will take a quick break, but thank you for joining us here on Arapahoe Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Still 12 more minutes. Quickly, want to give a shout out to this Warriors for Warriors that you see on your screen here. That is a capstone project for Garrett Drouse, a player on this Warriors team. Captain. It is his capstone project for a senior year in English, and he is trying to pay for a military person, a military soldier, pay for his flight home from his deployment. So if you would like to, that QR code will take you to their GoFundMe. But 12 more minutes. Got to take that off the screen. We apologize for that. Quick goal. And that came out of the stick of Tate Jameson. Griffin Maxwell on the face-off. And another win. Griffin Maxwell looking really clean on the face-offs, and then he takes a hit. And he'll limp. It maybe looks like limping. No, actually, he looks good. Take it all back. Don't laugh at me. It's looking like the clock will just continue to run. Penalty on number 18 of Cherokee Trail, Logan Posey. It will just continue to run. So 10 minutes officially left of game time. Warriors going to walk away with this one with a huge victory.
Yeah, and this is everything you want to see from the Warriors for the rest of the season, as they should get their 7th win in a row.
Yeah, and this will put them at 2-0 in league play, which is huge when you play in as hard of a league as they do. And they've got a hard schedule to finish out the season. Their last 3 games against Colorado Academy, Cherry Creek, and Mountain Vista. Is that another goal? I don't even think that was supposed to be a shot. And the players just about as happy as a rock. I don't know. They didn't have any reaction to that one.
I think after your 15th goal, it could get to a point.
Yeah, it's a Friday night. They just want to get home. Long week of school.
And maybe you ran out of all your celebrations earlier.
Yeah, don't worry, boys. I agree. Let's just get home. I don't know about you, Mason. Yep, fist bump, yep. Warriors officially with all the starters off of the field. Again, clock is purposefully running. The mercy rule, as they call it in high school sports.
Cherokee Trail last season, they went 4-12. Looking to already get above that. They're at 5 wins.
They are 0-2 so far in league play. This will push them to 3-0, or 0-3. And who was that?
Looks like Quinn Nelson, I believe. Freshman getting on the board.
Yeah, shout out to all the freshmen down there getting minutes right now. Oh, Finn Rundell, excuse me, with the goal. Wait, not excuse me.
Excuse me.
And doing that face-off, that is James Lindig. Ryder Southern spins and a big shot, and Jackson Westcott controls that one with ease. Now Jackson Westcott running all the way up the field, looking for a pass. Crosses halfway. He might go for it. Finally dumps it off, wide open. And what a save from the keeper. Cherokee Trail finally able to make a nice save there. Ball on the turf. And now it will be scooped up by Bruce Pfeiffer. Now we have a whistle and a timeout called by the Cougars, so that will stop the clock. 5 minutes, 42 seconds left to be played in this one. The 12-point lead for the Warriors. This one is all but over. We will take a quick break. Thank you for joining us. Good save from Westcott there. Controlled that one nicely. Shot was on the bottom left corner. Westcott again, going to bring it all the way out. Runs down with it. He might actually have a shot. He does. Oh, misses. Grips it back up. And he got it. A goalie goal. Jackson Westcott scores it. And finally, we finally see the goalie goal. I know Nick Pangborn sitting on the sideline. You know, he's obviously happy for his guy, but, man, a little jealous of that one.
He was probably like, Bobsy, and I didn't know I could run all the way that far.
Yeah, exactly. Jackson Westcott, the junior, going 80 yards all the way and puts it in the back of the net. Get him on the stat sheet. I think they got to put Pangborn back in. They got to give him his chance. Of course, they won't do that. 4 minutes left. 13-point lead. Safe to say this one's over?
I think so.
Okay.
Probably.
Well, Warriors, 7-game winning streak. They started the season with a loss against Regis, but man, was it a wake-up call, and it lit a fire under their butts, let's say that word. And now 7 straight wins, and some good ones. One, a win in overtime against La Costa Canyon, game winner coming from the stick of Nick Parker. Who else? As well, and then the game against Wednesday against Jay Sarah. That one came down to the wire. I mean, this is a legit contender. They've been really good the last few seasons. But, man, there is something about this team. This trio on attack, the whole attack for the Warriors, I mean, when they get going, you can't stop them. I don't know who's going to stop them. It's not going to be me. And it's not going to be Mason.
Do we call them the Splash Brothers, or what can we call them? We need a good name for the trio. Lax Brothers? No. It's kind of like everybody, isn't it?
Do it again. Just do it again, Jackson. No, he won't be selfish. Dumps it off to his teammate.
Dean Frachet.
And
Ball start. Sorry. Too quick.
It's an offsides.
I gotta learn the hand motion. So that looked like a false start signal to me. Gotta get out football mindset.
Now under 2 minutes.
Holy cow.
Whistle here, and believe it is a timeout from the Cougars. One thing to mention, we cannot control not only the look of the timeouts, we're not even sure why it does the 5 on one side, the 3 on the other, but also if the people to our right aren't controlling when teams call timeouts, we can't fix that. 17-4. We're going to have 1 minute and 15 seconds. The clock will just run. Highlight of the game, Jackson Westcott comes in, the Stevens Institute of Technology commit. And he runs 80 yards and scores a goal. Off his own rebound, too. Looked like some basketball gameplay. Got it off his own shot and put it right back in. Into Ehrenberg. Ryan Schmidt, then Ehrenberg. Schmidt able to keep it in bounds. Good effort. Good job from the players there. Ref call says Cougars ball. Good hustle there. Now under a minute. And the Cougars looking for maybe just some, what do you call it? Did that hit off the head of?
That was just a badly missed shot.
Brownie points. Thank you. Looking for brownie points here. Cougars as well now, of course, have their starters off of the field. And they do. There you go. That'll do it, though. That's the end of the game. The Warriors, 17-5 victory over the Cherokee Trail Cougars. 7-game win streak. 2-0 in league play. And a goalie goal from Jackson Westcott. We will see you all in the next one. That game will be the Warriors' next home game, which is against the Grandview Wolves. That one's April 15th. But thank you so much for joining us here tonight on Arapahoe Sports Network. I've been Trey Larson. To my left, Mason Lanier, Caden Lopez, and Lane Larson. Shout out to these guys, and shout out to you all for watching. 17-5, the final score. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for joining us here on Arapahoe Sports Network. And as always, let's go Warriors.